G'day, how's all going? This is Ianapolis from Australia here, your acrylic guru, and
What are you going to paint?
oh, I'm going to do a painting today. I was watching you paint today and I got inspired to get under my easel and do a painting today, so I thought I'll do a video for everyone today. Because I've got a bit of time spare, so I'll get it done.
Nice to know that I'm your inspiration.
Yeah, well, watching you inspired me to get against my easel and, oh, excuse me, get into it. Did you make your dad a coffee?
Yeah.
No, good on you. By the way, Reese has got his own video YouTube channel where he's just filming his journey of art. He's a very new beginner and he's learning the very basics. So there's a link in the description below if you want to catch up with Reese and follow him and subscribe to his channel as well, alright? But anyway, you saw the picture in the opening credits. They are the canvas sizes I'm using. I'm just using a canvas board today. And over here, I'll just pull to the side so you can see what colours we're going to use in this tutorial as they go up the screen. And while they're going up, take time to share, like and subscribe to my video as well, alright? Now I'm going to start off with the first procedure with my flowing white paint, and I've got some medium, slow drying medium, which is called a retarder, and there's the brand that I use. A lot of people ask what brand I use. It's Hosonges or Josonges. Alright, that's a slow drying medium for acrylic. So let's pick up some of the flowing paint and mix it with that retarder, alright, because I want a beautiful red orangey sky here. I'm going to have a horizon line somewhere here. I'll have a low one, so I'm only going to do the top half. So I just want to get this paint onto the canvas board here. I'm just going to go down to about there because the water's going to be a different shade. Normally when I do a yellowy red sky, I don't prime it in white, and I've already done the white on here, so I'm going to see how it goes. I've got it taped on there so I'll have a nice border. I've just brushed all the strokes out of there. Now down here I have my cadmium yellow. Use any yellow you want for a beginner. I'm just using this because it's the colour I've got. So I want some bands of yellow, probably like that. I'm going across the canvas there. That's it. Very easy, wasn't it? Probably put a bit over there like that. My next colour is red. I've just got primary red, but you can use let's hope this red isn't too pinky. Alright, now there's my board. There, I want to come into the yellows like this. Like that. Somewhere across the bottom. Pick up some more paint. And somewhere across the top like that, alright? Probably get something scooping in there like so. I don't want to kill too much of the beautiful yellows, alright? Back down here I have some orange. This one is actually called red gold, but you can use an orange, okay? I'll put retarder in that as well. And I want to come across the top here. There. All the bits that are left, I just want to scoot in with this orangey colour, and probably a bit in there as well. Okay. Now I want to grab a blending brush. I'm using a 2-inch blending brush, and I'm going to blend it on the side so as. And if I overkill certain colours, I'll come back. Like if I overkill that yellow, I'll come back to it. Now always wipe your blending brush. Get all these blended. I'll blend the colours first, like I'm blending this red gold or the orange. Okay, just like so. Wipe the brush. Come into this yellowy bit. Just like so. Wipe the brush. I'll blend that red. See, that red's a bit magenta looking. It's a primary red, but I just noticed I had a crimson red on my board there, but not to worry. Blend that in so it's nice transition. Now the brushes I've used to lay these colours onto the canvas, I've left on my palette, so if I need to rejuvenate the colours on my canvas, they're there ready to go. Wipe that. Okay, now I want to blend. Nice and soft. Certain surfaces, if you over blend, you can start tearing the paint off. See what happens when you don't wipe your brush? That's why it's important to wipe your brush as you blend, and then you don't get that happening. See, I will eventually add some more yellow back into here because I've lost a lot of it. Okay, now I just want to put back my yellows that I feel I've lost, but I'm going to stamp them on like this. Come along here. Just get them back in there. Just like that. And blend them back into everything so we've got more orangey yellows coming back into our painting there. There we go, look at that. Wipe your brush importantly. See, on the edge there's dollops and my brush hits it and I can bring it back into the painting, which I don't really want to do. If you do stuff like that, it means you did a bit of a boo-boo. See, that's creating some orange when it's hitting the red. And then we'll put a nice white sun in the middle of this sky, because for those of you who don't know, the sun is not yellow, the sun is really white. And we'll just get these two done as well. Softly get that into some of that red, kill some of that, turn it into orange. Yeah, I won't use that primary red for a sky colour again. But there we go, we've got a nice hot, warm, blended sky. See, I've brushed them horizontally so as I'm not going to have them all over the place. Oh, that'll do it. Now I have a round pouncer here, a round sponge stamping product, like a pouncer they call it. I like to give it a bit of a damp, just so it's not so wanting and demanding on the paint. And I have my good quality structure white now, so I want to pick this up, get it all into that pouncer, get rid of the furry edges off the edge, and we'll put a sun here. I've just wet my pouncer and paint a bit more so it'll transfer better. And I want to get that blending out. It's going yellow, which is what I want it to do. I'm blending that out into the edge of the sky colours here because I want to intensify it again with the white. But before I do, I want to blend those edges, those hard edges off it. So now I'm just stamping this and carefully bleeding it out into this sky, just like so. Can you see the difference what's happening? Down the bottom, leaving the middle very intense, just killing that hard edge softly. Come around this side. This is what that medium slow drying does, the retarder. It allows all this to happen. Now I will put an intensified round white sun in that glare. Alright, my pouncer's clean. I've got some new clean white paint, and let's get that right in the middle there. Give it a bit of a wiggle. That's it, that's all you need. what I'll do, see how I've got bubbles there if you want? Let's be careful. And I'll stamp them out a bit. I'll soften them. That's it, don't want to kill it too much. But that's our sun. Now back down on the palette, I've got a small fan brush and some more good quality white paint. While that sky is still wet, I just want to throw in a little cloud in there to hide some of that red that I put in. I'm not quite happy with it, so we'll just get a cloud, stamping it on, get the top of it made, just something like that. It'll have the sunset colours in it, you see. Twist it around, it's pulling those colours in to give it its shaded tones. Grab yourself a blending brush, and we all know how to blend a cloud from about halfway down into our sky there. Give yourself a paper towel to keep wiping it on. Just along there, that's it. Give him some of a bottom. Now I don't like the way it's like this. If anything, clouds are more... Let's feather him up a bit. I should have done it with the fan brush as I laid it on, but not to worry. Now we'll get a bit more. Actually, I'll just put a bit more there. And we'll just put something in front of it. I want all that pink gone, I don't like it. So I'm just blending this cloud to the edge there. There we go. And I just want to put something in front of that now to set it down on the horizon line, or close to the horizon line, okay? So we've got to clean that brush. Okay, so let's just put something about here. And this, if I want, can come down to the atmosphere. I'm going to leave the top and just bring all that bottom down to the atmosphere to where my horizon line will be. It's a bit lonely in the sky over here, so I'm just going to put probably one here. Come off the page, bring my cloud up with its body. Give it some thickness in this area, don't just do a top section. And that'll do it. Blending brush. I'll just see if this one can be done on its own. Yeah, that can probably be done on its own like that. Tickle the tops a bit. God, this brush is dying. This is just a cheap one I had from the hardware store. That'll do. How's that? We all happy with that? Alrighty, things are looking good so far, don't you think? Pretty simple, easy exercise for some beginners out there. I just wish I used my proper red instead of that, but that's okay. We learn as we go. Now I'm going to have a low horizon line along here. So I'm going to work out where I want it, and I'll use the tape and work out, I want it about there. Alright? Oh la la la. That's got to be dried first, okay? So let's dry it first. Now I want to mix up the water. So I've got some clear retarder here, and I'm going to get the bulk of the white. This is a good quality white. Okay, look at that. It's very old, this one. It's sort of waxing up, but it'll work. Alright, now I want to get a bit of the blue, not too much of it. And a little bit of the red. Actually, I'll mix that up over here separately because I want this to be like a purpley colour. A bit more red. I'm using crimson red now. Alright, there we go. Bit more blue. I'm just using a flathead brush to mix it. Now I want this roughly here. I'm going to dampen my brush and pull that on the canvas a lot better. See how it's flowing across the canvas better now? Just like so. And I want to get this roughly where I want it in the water. This is like underpainting it virtually. Some over here. Oh, look at those colours, I love them. Damp the brush and keep rubbing it into that paint. Yeah, that's the colour I wanted, that sort of purpley, reddy, grey colour. Now I'm just going to wipe this brush. Well, actually I washed it, and then I'm picking up this, that's the colour I just used. Now I'm picking up this colour, which is the white with a little bit of blue in there, phthalo blue. The actual blue I'm using is phthalo blue red shade. Now I want this in all these other areas. Look at that paint, eh? Should have used it, I should have mixed it before I started filming. So I'm just getting that in there, like so. Get some lines in there, cover all that red up that was there. And dance this all around. This is my watercolour. It's got retarder in it too, this, so it's going to help it stay wet longer. Now I'm keeping these strokes horizontal. I'm going to get rid of those undercolours there. Don't bomb on my way too much. Now I'm getting a wider 2-inch brush and I want to push that. Now the good thing with this paint I'm using, which is a interactive paint, that water's going to allow that paint to react with everything. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Got those beautiful colours that I was looking for. And then we're just going to finish it off with some white. Okay, I'm picking up some of the good quality white again, and I'm getting it onto that flathead bright, or that flathead chiseled brush. I might dampen it in the water a little bit, just so it'll transfer better, and work out where I want my whites. Gee, the blob always wants to come there, doesn't it? I change it to a better paint. Now I'm keeping it long. A bit of a sun there. And the majority of this is white now. Everything's still wet, so it's gonna blend quite well, I think. And get the majority of this bottom really white. See down here, that's blue white, this is white white. Yeah, I was watching my son, he was doing a painting today, and I wasn't going to do one till a couple of days later, but he inspired me to get on the easel there and do something, so here I am. Alright, that's done. Now we're going to grab that 2-inch brush and we want to pull that across. Let's pull it. See how it's dry? I've got to give it a bit of a spray again, just so everything's gonna pull across. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Yes. Now, if you feel you've pulled away too many of your darker tones, you can just gently put them back. I'm just picking up some of that orange gold, dampened it a bit, and I want to get some of that here. It's not very, it's not a thick bodied paint, is it? Look at it. I'll just get that about there. Some about here. And then I'll pull it again with that 2-inch. Where'd it go? I'll wipe it on the towel and I'll quickly... Yeah, see, we're sinking those ones we just put in. That's it. Don't want to muck with it too much, okay? I've got to pull this tape off because I've got to dry it. And then we're going to do... We'll give that horizon line... Well, we might not need to. It's looking pretty sharp. I was going to put some white lines there, which I will do. Alright, we're just ready to put a little boat here, but before we do, we've got to get our highlights on there. And like you know, me, I do not like using a knife. So I'm going to work out, I probably want one along here. So we're going to tape line it. Just put the tape on the edge there where you're going to put the paint. You don't have to squash the whole lot down. We don't want these too thick either. Alright, just nice and thin. This is just a new idea I've discovered. And it probably takes longer, but you get a better job. So I'll just show you on this one, for those of you who didn't watch my last video. You grab yourself a flat brush. Now just some good quality white, no retarder, no water, no nothing in it. I'm chiseling it onto the edge of my flathead brush here, okay? And we'll come off the painting with a bit, just like that. I want the edge broken. I'll probably put another one there. That's it. Carefully pull them off, and we've got some beautiful, nice, sharp lines all over our water where we wanted them. So we'll do another one maybe here. Let's just do one about there. We'll double it up so we're getting, see, I've put 2 out of the 1, so we'll do that here as well. So just a good quality paint. Make sure these are reasonably level. And no retarder, no water. You want it to sit on top of everything that's there. Grab our white brush again. Good thick white paint. And we want these sort of scattered. There's one there. And we'll probably put another one over this side here. Now let's have a look at those two. Practice these if you think you're making them too thick. Because if the paint's very thin, it'll bleed under your tape. See, we're getting a uniform pattern. We want them all sort of scattered. So I might put one there and one here, and that's it. Just about finished. I'm just going to see all this white glare there. I'm using this, I want to stamp a bit of intensity all the way out there on the horizon in a sort of all over the place shape. Nothing too uniform, okay? Don't make these too fat. That'll do it. How are we all doing? Now that's pretty much it. It was very quick. Now you can put a jetty leaning out to here. I want to put just something different. I've done a jetty before. I want to just put like a little boat, a man in a boat, with some highlights on that as well, okay? So I'm just using my darkest brown. I've just penciled in the simplest outline of like an outboard boat, and we'll use a paint we can get some pretty sharp edges on. So I've virtually done a image like that. Get the bottom, hang on, I'll get that nice and sharp up there, get the bottom reasonably straight. Now we want a man's head about here somewhere. Nothing too big. And his body. give him some sort of an arm. And this will be just gently highlighted, so when you're looking back at the painting, it just looks like a decent little boat out there. Let's get the end of it all squared up. You could probably use a little bright or flathead brush as well. And then we'll get some sort of resemblance of an outboard motor on there as well. It would help if we can get the most skinniest little line up there. So it's like he's got some rods out in the water waiting to have a bite. But make these very skinny, just like here. Alright, now the water, I want to dry that brush, not dry it, I've just got a smaller flathead brush because it'll be better to do the shadow in the water. I've put it on there, then I'll just wipe the paint off like that, see? And then we'll put some sort of blurry shadow out here of him. See, we just want a very blurry shadow, and then we'll tighten it up against the boat there. But just something to resemble a shadow. Maybe get a bit more paint, pull it off the brush, because I want to kiss that bottom bit a bit better. Just like so. There we go. And then we'll just highlight this. Right, now we'll get some white on that little flathead brush. I've just washed it. And we'll get some white on there. Nice, good white. Shape the edge of your brush so you're not going to get big blobs onto your painting. And we just want to put some highlights here. Very, very thinly. Nothing too dramatic. Probably something on this side of him as well. And maybe just a little bit on his arm and his head. I want that to be like a line. How's that looking? That's all right. Just so we've got the resemblance of a boat out there. Just to finish it off, I want to get some ducks flying in the sunset. So he's obviously got some companions in the sky, just something in the distance. So long as they resemble a distant duck, that's all that matters. We'll bring them across the sun because they're a nice dark aspect to the painting. How are they looking on the monitor? Yeah, they look like little ducks flying, something like that, in their formation. Just sharp, detailed little lines, and we all know that they're ducks or something flying in the sky. And we'll put one leader out the front. They always have a leader. I've noticed these, when he gets tired, these ones will come around the front and drag. I watched a bit of David Attenborough. Alrighty. I'll just put my autograph down here in the bottom corner with the same medium colours but different tones. Okay, there we go, Mr. Ianapolis or Ian Harris. And of course not forgetting Steve's little footprint. Now I want to pull the tape off and we'll put a frame on this just to see how she looks. All right. There we go. We've got a simple sunset coloured sky with a silhouette of a man in a boat, some ducks or whatever flying in the sky, and our beautiful toned water in the front, okay? That's not too shabby, eh? Alright, I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy exercise for you beginners in acrylic, alright? If you like what I've done, you tell your friends, but if you don't, you tell everybody, alright? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya!